Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the In the Psychic Flow Show with Carolan Carey.
Hey everyone, welcome to In the Psychic Flow this evening. So nice to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a special guest who I'm going to bring on in a moment. Just have a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. There she is. She's waiting in the hallway there. I just have a couple of announcements, Joanne, and then I'm going to bring you on.
Okay.
We have where you can check us out on Rumble and give us a Rumble, please, if you'd like to. That would be great. You can watch us on YouTube. Our audio platforms are several. Some people are listening rather than viewing because they're either driving or doing dishes or whatever they do. And I do that sometimes too. If you would like to contribute to the show, you may do that either through my Venmo link, which is Carolan-Carey at Venmo. Also, we have a guest tonight. If you'd like to contribute to her Venmo, she is Joanne-Leo at Venmo. I think we have that. We'll put it up. You can also contribute to the show by doing a super sticker on YouTube. You are not obligated to do any of these things, but you are more than welcome if you would so like to. What else did I want to say? We appreciate all of your support. I do have a sponsor for next month I'd like to thank, and that's going to be a very exciting month, December. This week we have Psychic Joanne Leo, the soul reader, with us. Next week we have Psychic, Kelly Jo Psychic. I have to make sure I get the titles right. So let me bring on our wonderful guest, Psychic Joanne Leo, the soul reader. Joanne, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, everybody. We're going to have fun.
Good. It's great to see you tonight. For those people who are not familiar with your work, once you see Joanne working, it's an amazing and a unique reading that I'm sure you will appreciate. We're going to do little snippets tonight so that you are aware of what kind of work she does. And if we have super sticker people, we will take them first. I'll let Joanne give a little reading. Please provide your date of birth and that your name on your birth certificate, your first name. That would be great. So if you have not done that and we don't have it, please do it now. Thank you, Gigi, for joining us. Thank you, Jill Sheen. Thank you, Sugar Magnolia, who is my sponsor for next month. Thank you. And Joanne picked a special day to be here. She picked this date, 11/11. She's going to talk about that probably.
Yes,
and
I am.
Also, I just want to remind people who don't know Joanne, she was a Fortune 500 corporate exec. I think that's right. Six-figure corporate exec. And she changed direction at one point in her life. And this opened up for her psychic numerology, readings with a twist, and readings from the heart. Joanne also does family charting. She does life coaching. She does some YouTube videos. All of her readings now are video, so most of them anyway. So you can catch her. Her website is psychicjoanneleo.com. So please check out all of her offerings on there. Joanne, what do you have to say about 11/11 tonight?
Well, I chose this date because being a master numerologist, and my teacher that I had would be thrilled that I picked this date. On a mundane level, people go, "Oh, 11/11," or make a wish.
Yeah.
Well, the big reality is 11 is a master number, which is tied right to Jesus, right to heaven. And it's a master number. And when it appears in a chart, it's very profound. It all depends where it falls in a chart as well. I just did a family the other day, and it was like, oh my gosh, out of 3 kids, those 2 of them had the same gift as the mother. Okay. Wow. And she didn't know that they're very young. So now that she's aware of that, she can certainly not negate any of their intuitive things that come up.
Mm-hmm.
I know that happened with my daughter, and she has the same birth date as you, so she's intuitive just like you are. But we all have a different path, and we all have different lessons that we need to learn, or our teachers are different. Mine was serendipitous. Every teacher I got was just manifested. It was incredible. But with the 1111, it's really about upper awareness. It's tied to your guardian angel. It's tied right to heaven. We hear about mother's intuition. Okay. We hear that as we grew up, but, there's also the expression, listen to your gut feeling. That's your inner knowing. That's an 11. That's a master number. So when you don't, and I ask everybody to reflect on this tonight, think about the times where you had a gut feeling and you didn't pay attention to it. You didn't follow through. You didn't kind of take the heads up on it. Right. People, places, and things. It could have been about a person. It could have been about a place. It could have been about an event. It could have been about a traffic situation. I like to use the analogy. You got your GPS and it's going full 40. And it says, in 25 feet, take a left-hand turn at the intersection. Well, your gut's going, don't do that. What are you going to listen to? The GPS or to your gut? Something for you to really kind of analyze here, because I would take a right and jicky around to go to the left if I had to. But I think people need to understand it's more than 1111 making a wish. It's also about, say a little prayer when you do that. Make a wish for your soul, or for your, one of your things on your prayer list. That would be a great thing. But I really think it's more about evolving. I think it's all about learning. I highly recommend that people do something where they actually do something positive or spiritual every day. I am going to show you what I use, and I recommend this highly when I do my life coaching. And what's great about it, you can start at the very beginning. It's called Heart Thoughts. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's psychological, it's everything rolls into one. And on the very first lesson, which you get 2 of them, you get a little paragraph here, and then you get a little lesson here. And I love the very first one because it's a great way to start. I accept all that I have created for myself. Now, that's pretty powerful when you think about it.
And the name of the book again, Joanne, is
Heart Thoughts by Louise Hay.
Louise Hay. Great. Thank you.
Okay. And here's another tool that I work with my clients as well. So you can start at the very beginning, but there's a message throughout. So I just open up the book and it says, I am willing to change and grow. And there's a little lesson there. So because we're at 1111, I'm going to read that real quick, and then we'll get on to doing some readings. So I'm willing to change and grow. You are willing to learn new things because you do not know it all. Isn't that wonderful? You are willing to drop old concepts that no longer work for you. That's a perfect 1111. You are willing to see situations about yourself and say, I do not want to do that anymore. You can become more of who you are, not a better person, because that implies you're not a good enough. You can become more of who you are. Growing and changing is exciting, even if you have to look at some painful things within yourself in order to do so. What a great way. I mean, you can go on and on. It's beautifully illustrated, wonderful lessons. I forgive myself for all past experiences. I love that one too. So I wanted to bring that up tonight and share that because this is truly an example of 1111. Not just, like wish upon a star or, blowing out your birthday candles. This is like on a soul level. What are you praying for? Who are you praying for? Or what do you want? And what are you setting your spiritual goals at? Your spiritual goals can also be tied to your life goals, or people, places, and things, right? So that's what I wanted to share tonight.
Thank you so much, Joanne. That was lovely. Thank you very much. One other thing I wanted to mention, as with all of the Goldylocks Productions show hosts, whether they do intuitive readings, coaching, practical spirituality, psychic work, mediumship, all of them, I am sure, have readings available for purchase for anyone on your list, your holiday shopping list. Give them something unique. Give them something different. You can go through the recap of all of the Goldylocks production shows. Tiffany posts that once a week and has a list of all the shows. And you can click on there and sample everybody's work if you so would like to. And also, Psychic Joanne Leo, I'm sure, will be very happy to book readings for you and your family members as gifts for this holiday season. So please keep that in mind. It's a unique gift. It's very personal. It's a lovely idea. A reading with Joanne Leo is unique to the person that you're giving it to. This is a blueprint from heaven. And just remember to provide the date of birth and the first name at least. But you will contact Joanne through psychicjoanneleo.com for further details. And you can contact all of the Goldylocks production show hosts too. We'd be very happy to allow you to purchase a reading for one of your loved ones. And what a great way to say Merry Christmas and welcome 2022, right? Okay,
Right.
so this is the way we're going to roll tonight. We're going to do our super stickers first. And I'm going to let Joanne go first to do her little mini reading based on your information that you provided to us. And I will just jump in for a few minutes, a minute or two, and give you a little spirit, who's ever visiting in spirit. Everyone else, I'm going to allow Joanne to take those readings. We're going to try to keep them because we keep getting people jumping on. So we're going to keep them tight. But this is a sample of the way Joanne works. And I encourage you to go to her website, Psychic Joanne Leo, and book a reading with her. You will not regret it. Put on your seatbelt, though. Okay. All right, Joanne, we're going to start with our first super sticker. Thank you for joining us tonight, all of you. And I think our first one is Gigi. And I have her, Gina, February 29th. And she didn't give me the year, I don't think, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Gigi, is it G-I-G-I or G-G?
Yes. Or she says Gina. She was born Gina, G-I-N-A.
Well, thank you. There you go.
There you go.
Well, first of all, and you have to understand that you're not going to find any of the numerology I do on any book or any computer program. It's a download from heaven because this is your blueprint. Now we're just doing a little piece like Carolan said, so let me get to it. So Gina, first of all, I want to tell you, just looking at your name, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, you can tend to be a little picky, and I haven't met a happy perfectionist, and I've been doing readings for 40 years. So I'm still looking for the happy perfectionist, but you're a great problem solver. You get to the nitty gritty. You'll always learn something. You're a quick study. As far as communication, you need to get out of your head and open your mouth. You're very sensitive. You don't like to be told what to do, how to do it, where to do it, when to do it, but you're a very strong personality. You also don't like drama. And also, you have a 29th birthday, which breaks down to an 11-2, which is a master number. So you brought that forward in your little soul from another lifetime. And when you do that, it's challenging you to learn the lessons that's in your blueprint, which is in the whole name of your birth certificate and your birth date. And the neat thing about the numerology, too, is that it's very specific to what's going on in the year, the month. I've done wedding dates. I've done babies. It's very important when you name a baby because you can, I mean, I had one girl that had named Emily, and I go, buckle up, sister, because she's going to give you a run for your money. She's 18 now, and they said, oh, she's a roller coaster. So, you know, here's the thing. I definitely would say that you are wrapping things up, because this has not been an easy rodeo for the last year and a half, but it's God's way of saying to you, let's shore up who stays, who goes, what's in, what's out, what's up, what's down.
Love it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Lessons to be learned. Okay. That's what I have to say, Gina. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Beautiful reading, Joanne. Thank you. And thank you, Gina, for your super sticker. I have your usual suspects in the spirit world here, your lovely grandmother and a wonderful uncle who brings in, he's dragging in another gentleman here. Could this be grandfather or another uncle? I'm going to go with grandfather. Seems like an elderly gentleman. And I just want to say, oh gosh, here comes the cat. I just want to say, he is talking about shoring up. I feel like I'm at a lake, and yes, dear. And I feel like I'm at a lake in heaven. He's showing me a lake and some pine trees and some place that it has a cold climate because the leaves are changed, their fall colors. And he's just standing there, and he said, your uncle is kind of dragging him coming away from that, coming into this doorway, into the room that our spirit room here. And this elderly gentleman who feels very grandfatherly says to me, what a beautiful girl you are, Gina. And I couldn't be more proud. Also, he's like, hold on, because this is kind of a roller coaster kind of time. Okay. Just hold on. You're going to come out the other side. So I hope that is meaningful to you. This is a lovely gentleman. And I feel like I've got something in my hand to eat. Like he was getting a little snack from grandma or something, like some kind of meat pie or something. I want to talk to you about that, or pizza or something. So let me know if anybody can take what's going on, has feedback about the reading from Joanne or myself, please put it in the comments, because we love to have the validation, and I will read them out so that people that are listening and not reading them will still get them. That it's nice to have the feedback so we know what street we're on here. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate you very much. Okay, our next super sticker is Jill Sheen. And Jill Sheen, you probably know her birth date by heart.
Is it 8/22?
Yes, that's right. You're having an amazing day. I have a reading about my friend. He's 10 months. I've done a reading for me before.
Well, first, here's the thing, Joe, and I don't know if I talked to you about this before, because I always get different stuff every time I do a reading. But, you have the letter J just like I do. And if you think about, let's talk about symbology here. So that J has a stick. You start with a straight line. So that signifies strength. And then we got the loopy-doo here. Okay. That loopy-doo is the past needs to be dealt with, because we tend to hang on to the boo-boos. Now, those boo-boos are something that we planned in this blueprint. Okay. I haven't done your whole chart, so we could delve into that later on if you wanted to. But so not living in the past or learning from the past so that you can move forward. You're very strong. You're a natural born leader. You like to be the head of the parade with the baton, making all the decisions, or let's do this and let's do that. Mm-hmm. Now, 22, just like 11. Is a master number, but the 22, the 11 is more illuminating, intuitive, and that kind of knock on the on reality here, or waking us up or following our gut. The 22 is a powerful master number. However, it comes with a boatload of responsibility. That's how tough it is. So it will take you to the moon if you don't lie, cheat, steal, scam, manipulate. If you don't do those things, it gives you a rocket fuel, okay? And people who lie, cheat, steal, scam, whatever, with that 22, the worst is prison, Okay. Now, I will tell you, in 40 years, I had one client that had several master numbers, had the 22 in a very powerful place, and had 2 successful businesses, but wound up in prison. So, take that beautiful information, use it to your benefit, do good things with it, and you'll flourish. As far as this year goes, this is a power year for you. It's all about money, success, investment, whatever you're doing. Next year, starting in 2021, is going to be a little different ball game. So it's going to be a lot of internal work for a year and a half. You've heard me say that to many people, that it's not always an easy rodeo, but it's transforming. It's transformation. Let's put it that way. It's, you'll be the caterpillar and you want to emerge the butterfly, but there will be lessons to learn through people, places, and things in 2021. Okay, there you go.
Beautiful. Thank you. Great reading. Thank you so much. Let me see. The next person now, I thought we had Kim had sent in hers. Kim is 6470, and she's Venmo'd hers. Thank you very much. So I'm going to take her.
So, Kim, one thing I want to say to you is that, one of your big major lessons in this lifetime, because you are very sensitive, people say, "Oh, I'm an empath," and it makes me crazy when they say that, because if you want to just be an empath, you might as well just get a platter and have everybody dump everything on you. Okay, you have to be doing the spiritual. If you're spiritually connected, you have to have balance of what's yours and what's theirs. So if you're saying you're an empath, or that you're intuitive or whatever, it's kind of like if I went to a social gathering, they said, "Geez, Joanne's a psychic, and she's been on radio and TV, and she's worked expos and blah blah blah." Make an appointment. I'm not entertainment for the party. You see, unless I'm a paid person at that party. So what I'm trying to say to you is, you can't stuff your feelings. You need to handle and discuss your feelings. I know you're very sensitive, but you know what? You're the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth, Kim. Okay. You've got, I don't know if you're into healthcare or any of the arts of, massage or yoga or things like that, but I know you're a very responsible person. And so this year was all about relationships. It's all about family. It's got the big R in it this year, which is responsibility. And the thing is not to be victimized while you're being responsible, So I want to talk about that just a smidge. If you're going to be responsible, give your advice, give your wisdom, but quit being the fixer, because fixers always wind up being a victim. That's a fact.
That's the truth.
So, and they will keep coming back to you, pulling at you because you're strong, and because you got a good heart. Yes. Okay. But they're not going to do the work. So give your advice, give suggestions, and then take your hands off. And you know what I say? I'm sure you'll figure it out. In a very loving way, I say, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a great lesson. I really needed that. And I just realized I forgot Jill's dead person in spirit. So let me bring that person in for Jill, and then I'll do Kim's passed away person, loved one. Jill. Jill, I think I have your father here. I have an older gentleman. I have glasses. I feel like I'm farsighted or something. So let me know if that works. I also have a couple of comments I want to read too. I feel farsighted. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if he means psychically he's talking about the future, or if he really means that he was farsighted. Okay, so I'm just going to share that. And he's saying something about Tiffany lamp, Tiffany something, something that you would understand, Jill. He's also talking about things are things. Haha, he's so funny. He says things are things, but money is money. And he said, he's like, I tried to put away for a rainy day kind of feeling. I know feels like he's talking about the estrangement, some kind of estrangement with the family. I think that was true. I don't know. But I want to say to you, Jill, you're my girl. And I have never stopped loving you. So I am here for you. I just want to let you know I'm here for you. And he's just suggesting, I think he had a good way of looking at things. He's like, don't look at what is, try not to look at what is wrong. Try to look at what is right. And he said, you'll go for it. He's also he's bringing up entrepreneurship for you and your husband. So he says, you're never going to retire. So I'm going to leave you with that, Jill. If you can take any of that, please let me know. And my next, I got to give Kim her deported loved one. Wait a minute. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It says that was awesome, Joanne. Thank you very much. And Kim says, great advice, Joanne, because yes, I do try to fix everyone. I will be nice and firm with boundaries in my future. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so who do we have for Kim who's passed away?
Oh, and I want to tell Kim it's the 3 F's. I follow the 3 F's. Fair, firm, friendly.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kim. You know, I have somebody here, and Sugar is important. Her handle for her YouTube is Sugar Magnolia, but I feel like somebody's sugar. I feel like somebody's baking pies at this time of the year. This could be a grandparent, maybe an older lady in spirit. And the sugar is very important. So I've got the sugar, I got a big thing, and I'm pouring in the mixing bowl. And I just laid things out for Thanksgiving. And I feel this older lady, please let me know, Kim, if you have an older lady in spirit, a grandmother, who's saying to me, I was trying to hold things together. I feel like there was a breakup, a death, a loss, some kind of loss in the family. And in her way, she was trying to hold things together. But everything is, she's leveling off the measuring cup with the flour. You know how you take a knife and level that off? You know, I guess you'd have to bake to understand that. But that's how you level off the cup of flour. I just got the sugar and I have nuts. So she's talking about cashews as well and pecans. So to me, it looks like she's making maybe a pecan pie or pumpkin pie or something. And she's like pie extraordinaire. So I hope that you would understand that. I want to let you know that she's lighting a candle for you in the spirit world. And Kim, your next move is the big one. She says the next move is the big one. So she says lots of luck to you in your adventures, many adventures to come. Okay, let me see. Who did I miss? Let me see. I might have some more comments. Joanne Leo in the house tonight. Okay. Got the website. We have Kristen Saltman, who is, let me see if she gave me a birth date. Kristen, did you give me a birth date?
And is that a K or a C?
K. Hi, Lisa Dempsey. Christopher Gray. Oh, Jill says that was my dad. Oh, here's Kristen. 5/20/88.
Okay.
Okay. Let me read this comment while you're working. Jill Sheen said, that is my dad. He gave me a Tiffany necklace when I was 18. He left all his money to my stepmom and nothing to us. It's all right on. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, good. And Sugar Magnolia, Kim, is saying, for sure, my grandmother always made pies, chocolate pudding, and pecan. Yay, baby. We'd love to hear that validation. Thank you so much. And we are working on Kristen. What do you have for her there, Joanne? Anything exciting?
Yeah, I do. Um, Kristen, it's kind of like, a little bit like Kim because you both have that K there. And that's about because you don't want drama. But yet by the same token too, you're a sensor of like intuitive on things, but you keep everything inside. Um, and sometimes you're so sensitive that you don't really straighten things out. You let things slide, and you know what happens when you slide things and you push and you keep pushing it over, it eventually becomes a mound. So it becomes a mound, and that's not good. I think if you've tuned in, I know the listeners have heard me say that it's very important to learn I statements. When that was said, I was hurt. When that happened, I was embarrassed. There is no fight with I. Now, if you want to fight, I'm going to say, you said this and you did that. And, oh boy, back me in a corner, boy. Oh boy, it's going to be a little bit of fireworks. But I think a lot of times because you push things aside and you don't say something, or you don't straighten it out, or you don't put the boundary in, people walk all over you, or you are hurt, but they don't know what the story is. So you have to be a better communicator about that. Okay. I love that you have sizzle. I love that you have that you are really diplomatic and you can have a way of communicating to others in a very succinct type of way, so that I think you put yourself in other people's shoes if you're in any type of leadership role. I definitely feel like there's part of you that keeps a lot of things inside, so you don't always, in relationships, whether it's friendship, whether it's more intimate, whatever. It's kind of like you hold back, or you have a dialogue going on in your head, but the person on the receiving end doesn't have a flipping clue on what you want, what you like, what's up, what's down, what's in, what's out. So you have to learn to get those thoughts out of here and out here, and then practice using that I statement. This is a lightening up kind of year, but it's also a year for you to work on any type of skills that is communication, writing, expressing yourself, or if you're doing anything creative, like whether it's a craft project, or it would be very good for you to have a release valve of doing something creative. But with your sensitivity, and then having that K and that T in your name, you put a lid on things here, and you're not really being fair to yourself. So I would like you to work on that.
Okay. Thank you, Joanne. Beautiful reading. Kristen, what I'm getting, I have an older lady in spirit. Could this be your grandmother? Or maybe great grandmother? Not really sure. Feels different than the ones I read for Ruth, than the lady that comes in for Ruth. The word I was getting was Pampers. I'm sure they had Pampers. If you're like my daughter's age, we had Pampers. Thank God. She said that was, so she's remarking Pampers. That was a good move for infants and young babies, from going from cloth diapers to Pampers was a godsend. So someone in the spirit world is bringing that up. And I feel like I helped watch you grow up. And I don't know if you had braids. At one point, I'm seeing lighter hair with braids at some point in your childhood, and Crayola crayon. So I don't know if this lady, who this lady would be. It feels grandmotherly to me. And I feel like I watched you as a baby, and or I spent time with you when you were a baby. And I'm looking at your first shoes. You know how some people bronze those first shoes? These are white, those little white shoes, and taking your first step. So I'm kind of getting like a movie here of when you were a baby and bringing that up. So somebody remembers those significant moments, like your first steps. And I just want to say to you, Kristen, I feel like she's saying you always had a flair for the dramatic, even as a baby. Like you had a certain flair about you as a child. And she said, I think it will serve you well. So I hope that you enjoy that reading. I hope that means something to you, that you can relate to that. And Kristen says, haha, I'm pregnant. So she gets it. Yes, ma'am, she gets it. Thank you so much. Okay, we have a couple of more.
Well, let me just add about Kristen. It's also a year of a baby, because she's in a 3-year, and that's usually, it could be a pregnancy or something, it has to do with children.
Oh,
But
great.
see, I'm just doing little snippets here. If I had a whole chart, I would have nailed it.
You have to book a reading with Joanne Leo. There you go. Gina/Gigi says, sounds like grandpa. My grandpa always cooked, and he would walk around and eat while he worked. So I had a gentleman that was eating something, and the number 2 is her go-to number, she says, Joanne. So she wants to let you know that.
Good.
We have a couple. I'm on to Lisa Dempsey. Hi, Lisa. She's a friend of my daughter, Carrie's. And thank you for joining us tonight. Let me see if I have a birth date for her. 9/9/80.
Ah,
A couple more super stickers, and then we've got time. We'll get to everybody. We're gonna do the best that we can. Okay, so hang in there,
Lisa,
people.
creative. Absolutely.
Yes, she is.
It's really funny. My spirit guide's hilarious. He goes, not only is she creative, she's just like a little fairy. She does this, she jumps to that, she tries this. And
Yes.
it's kind of like she has all these different things coming to her that, I mean, she gets a lot of ideas. And that's good. I have to say, Lisa, that you're a very rare soul because you're very sensitive, but I would say that you've been in some sort of healing for many, many lifetimes, at least 3 lifetimes that I can pick up. And that could have been somebody that was a shaman. You could have been somebody that worked with healing with stones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the audience knows this, but, like amethyst and citrine and all these different stones, they actually mixed that with water and made elixirs for illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, getting back to that though, Lisa's a very high spiritual being. She came with a lot of wisdom and trying to figure things out because she came with so much. Okay, so she's sensitive, she's loving, she's kind, but she's strong and she's smart and she's creative as all get out. I mean, she could be an inventor, really. Come up with ideas to invent different things. So now this year, it's like you have to be. How do I want to put this? It's kind of like you got to be spontaneous because things are going to come up and you're going to have to jump and do. And it's not like, you could have a plan and it's going to change. So I always call it that it's like something to just, got to be flexible. It's got to be your middle name. And we're almost done with this year. So next year is going to be a lot more smoother, but it's also going to come with, family stuff and different responsibility things, but it's a creative number 2 and it's a nurturing number. So whatever you're doing, I know that you put love into it because that's, your persona is love. So I'll leave you with that, Lisa.
Thank you, Joanne. I know Lisa personally, so yes, that is spot on. I just wanted to point out, Lisa made this beautiful cup for me. My daughter ordered it. It has the lighthouse on the back, which is the name of my office that someday is actually going to get opened again. But here's my profile picture that a spirit artist drew for me. And we did glamour. Was that Diane Marshall did the glamour shots? And she drew this. So I always use it because it doesn't show any wrinkles. So, I always use that shot. But this is a beautiful cup. And this is just one of the many things that Lisa Dempsey does. So please check it out. Check her out on Facebook. Lisa. What I was getting is, I know I had gotten the 2 older gentlemen the last time we spoke, and that was a dad and a stepdad. I have a lady, and I feel like I'm from Poland. Okay, I get from Poland. So would that be dad's side of the family? And it's so Poland, so much Poland, that I don't even think she's really speaking English. Now, this could be an aunt on somebody's side, a great aunt. It could be a grandmother. You may have to delve back into history, family history, genealogy a little bit. I feel that she speaks a different language. She may have immigrated here, but I feel that she spoke a different language. And even Russia, I don't know what that is. But she wears, like they would call it, bambushka.
Babushka.
Yeah,
Babushka.
like the scarf, and it's that print that is so common over there. It's like an off-white, and it has these roses on it. You know, you'll see these very what would you call it? Very colorful folk art kind of designs in their fabrics and stuff. And I feel like I'm making something here. It could be pierogies or something, but she comes forward because there's something going back, something genealogy, something about a Christmas ornament or a DNA sample or something like this. We're talking about this. She's talking about this, Lisa. And I just want to comment also a little bit further on what Joanne said. I get teaching with you. So I don't know if you're going to end up doing some homeschooling, volunteering, keeping an eye on the boys, something here. And I also get the word investment. So the businesses could be investment. Maybe you need to invest in the business. But I feel 20 to 24, 2022 to 2024 is going to be very beneficial. Thank you for joining us tonight, Lisa. I hope that makes sense. She said, Lisa says, haha, my great grandmother on my mom's side wore those. Great. Thank you for the validation. I really appreciate it. And she said, Joanne, you made her tear up. You made her brought tears to her eyes. We have a little saying in the spiritual realm of people who do this kind of work. When you make them cry, you got them. Like my uncle said. And then I knew they had her.
Well, it's confirmation too, because it's resonating to their soul.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful, Joanne. Thank you for joining us, Lisa. I really appreciate you. Okay. Let me get back. I had another super sticker on here. Sarah, what's 827? And we have Ruth Saltman after that. And I think we're done. That was courtesy of Jill. Gave Ruth Saltman.
Okay, well, Sarah, very smart, very strong. This year, it's kind of like things about what's the year? Did she give the year or not?
79.
Okay. So it has to do with work. And I don't know if there was changes with work or structure with work or organization with work or whatever. But I'll put my money on Sarah because Sarah really has some strong leadership abilities. And she shouldn't let anybody rain on her parade because she definitely should be a leader. And I think that she's the type of person that could be a leader that wouldn't ask somebody to do something that she personally wouldn't do herself, because she's got that kind of sixth sense for working with others. In other words, she could, give an order, but it wouldn't come across that way. She'd put it in a way to make it, that they want to do it and be part of a team. So I definitely think that. But, this year there might have been some stress at home, or I don't know if you were working from home, or it has to definitely do with the work situation. And let's see. And 18, that would be a 9. So I really feel like October, November, and December, Sarah, this is kind of like where you got to have balance so that you don't get over the top or take things so intensely. I like to teach this to my clients. To be discerning means, is it good for me? Not good for me. Healthy for me? Not healthy for me. So if you could start doing that and start practicing that, I think you're going to find that that's going to be a wonderful tool for you. Okay? So I'll leave you with that.
Beautiful, Joanne. Thank you so much. Great reading. Sarah, I don't know if I've read for you before. I tell you what I'm getting, Sarah. I have a gentleman here that's having trouble walking. Older gentleman in spirit, maybe grandfather era. A lot of grandparents coming in tonight. And I feel like I have difficulty walking. And I also get the word shot. So I don't know if this was a gentleman that was in the service and he said he was shot, maybe in the leg, and that's why he has difficulty walking, or the back or something. But he's saying to me, I was shot. Sarah, let me know if this man is applicable to you, if it resonates with you. I am assuming it was military, but it could be, I could be wrong about that. I do feel it's an older gentleman. And I feel like I want to bring up tuna fish sandwiches to you for some reason. So I don't know if you had those as a kid or you took them to school or somebody made those. And I want to talk about Ozzie and Harriet as well. That show going back, black and white, Ozzie and Harriet for some reason. And I kind of get the impression that life for you, Sarah, was not always Ozzie and Harriet growing up. So I have somebody in the spirit world bringing this to your attention. Love and light from the other side. I feel like I'm an older gentleman. As I said, could be grandfather, great-grandfather is my impression. I don't know if the word shot, S-H-O-T, goes with him. And I feel like ammunition kind of shot, not this kind of shot. Okay, so let me clarify that. But thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you can take part of that message. And she said she doesn't know about shot. So, okay. Sarah says, walking issue could be grandfather, not sure about shot. Okay. Could be someone random here, maybe not belong to you. So we'll see as we go on. We have a few minutes. I'm going to step it up. I want to say thank you for joining us, Sarah. Jill Sheen sent me a Venmo tip. Thank you, Jill, very much. You're very generous. I appreciate you. And I hope that you have a happy Thanksgiving as well. We are on to, Jill has purchased super sticker for Ruth Saltman to have a little reading here. Ruth is 4463.
Ruth has definitely the gift of communication. And I definitely think that she should keep a sense of humor because she is she takes everything to heart. She's another one that's kind of like a stuffer, She's got boo-boo. She kind of holds it in, and that's not good. And that's, one of the things I, try to teach is let's do that I statement. Okay. When that happened, I was disappointed. When that was said, I was embarrassed. Blah, you have to really get into standing strong in your own shoes. But because you're sensitive and because you were either in the spiritual realm in your last lifetime, this lifetime, you're very structured, you like things organized, and you can tend to be a little stubborn, and that's one of your karmic lessons in this lifetime. But by the same token, too, once you make your mind up to do something and you set the sails, on your course, you're golden. Okay. So I definitely think that that's important. This year, it's all about structuring home, whether it's home, work, working on projects, goals. It's definitely a year for that. Next year, it's kind of like you got to market yourself better, and you've got to get out there more. Okay, that will be a year for you to start, shining your light. Okay. I know that being in this field for as many years as I have been, some people develop cards, some people develop different skill sets. It's kind of like I was a numerologist by the book, trained by a very tough teacher. And my gift changed to the psychic numerology. I mean, it's a download from heaven. So I couldn't repeat this if I wanted to. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is let it flow, because Ruth, you've got it. You're on the path. get out of the way of negativity or, doubt. Okay? I'll leave you with that, honey.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you, Joanne. Thank you for joining us. Ruth Saltman is the show host for the Transformational Soul, which is on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. here on Goldylocks Productions. Always wonderful when our show hosts visit other show hosts show. That's great, right? Ruth, I want to say I got the word uncle for you, and I also get something about a farming. I feel like a farming community. So I don't know if you have anybody's in agriculture, farm background in your family history. What was the other thing? I feel like I have an older gentleman here, and this goes back a bit. And also, so he's just saying hello. I just want to remind you that I see cows and I see wheat and that kind of thing. So that may be in your history somewhere. But your very close ally in spirit, your grandmother says she's going TV, TV, TV. So I feel as though you're going to be interviewed. I keep getting that. She is here for you. And she wants to she keeps saying five books. I think we're on number 3. She's a very good author, Ruth Saltman, and has a variety of subjects. Please check out her show Wednesday evenings, Transformational Soul. 5 books. We keep getting 5 books, Ruth. So I got to move along, but I hope that resonates with you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Jill, for that super sticker for Ruth. Also, Jill sent something to Joanne and Venmo tonight as well. Thank you so much. I was going to bring up for our Veterans Day, and but Jill reminded me, and I forgot to do it at the beginning. I was writing down to do it at the end. Thank you all for your service. Those are currently deployed, those who have been, and those that we have lost. Thank you for your service. God bless all of you.
Absolutely. God bless.
Super Safe Space Cookie. I did not forget you, hon. I went out of order. I apologize. Sarah, let me get her 72481. Now we have I have a few more people we're going to try to get to. If we can. We're going to do our best. We got a lot of super stickers and fortunately, very generously donated tips to us, both of us, Joanne and myself, so we had to get to those people.
Well, Sarah, here's the thing, hon, is that one thing that I want to say to you is you're super, super smart, and you're definitely strong. If I would have to say that, you can weather the storms pretty good. But you also are very innovative, so it's always good for you to stimulate yourself by keep learning, doing, and excelling, and setting goals would be real strong in your chart. Now, you can tend to be a little picky, and you can tend to overanalyze, and along with overanalyzing, guess what comes as a byproduct? Procrastination. So when I see this, I feel this, I just want you to get a piece of paper out and draw pros and cons, get out of your head, because the ring around the rosy is going to drive you crazy and between your ears. Okay. And that goes for people, places, and things. So, but you know what? You're a love, and you're very responsible, and you've got a lovely spirit about you. It's just that I would love for you to embrace that for yourself, because I think you're too hard on yourself. And I haven't met a happy, perfectionist, perfect person yet. And I've done hundreds, thousands of charts over 40 years. I've read cards for over 40 years. And trust me, I have not met that happy perfectionist yet. So, but this is a year about responsibility. I know that things maybe have not been your easiest rodeo in the spring of this last year, but I do feel like next year it's more about balance. It's more about, you're going to have to do some inner work. And if you want to get into that, you can always make an appointment with me, because I have a specific way that I teach, and Carolan knows that. So. I'll leave you
Sarah,
with that.
super space cookie. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and good luck on your adventures and endeavors. I have a gentleman here. A gentleman here, and I want to speak about dad. So I'm not saying that I have dad in spirit because I don't know if he's passed, but I have a dad kind of fondness, the grandfather kind of fondness. But for some reason, I want to speak about dad. So you'll have to let me know if this is dad or a member of his tribe. I want to say I'm talking about labels for you for some reason. Your business labels. I don't know why I'm getting that. And something about, and I also got the word jewelry. So I don't know if that means you inherited some jewelry. You're talking about designing jewelry as well as the many other things that you do. Sarah's a very accomplished vocalist. She sings. We have very talented guests, visitors to our shows. Amazing authors, vocalists, actors. We got everybody coming in here, and it's wonderful. Thank you for all of you for sharing your light, creative entrepreneurs. And Sarah is one of them. And I just said something about jewelry, honey. Her dad is still living. Okay, so it must be, would dad's family be in spirit? Dad's dad. Let me know if you can, that resonates with you. The word jewelry, I'm getting the word jewelry again. So I don't know if this is something that's been passed down to you or something that you are going to investigate. But I also get the labels, design of the labels. And I also get that what I'm being told is your son is a strong young man. Very strong young man. He's going to grow up to be a strong young man. And this gentleman, I'm going to say, this gentleman had liked a little whiskey in his earthly life. And God bless him. He likes to have a little shot of whiskey once in a while. He says you got to keep the chill off. So I'm going to share that with you, Sarah. I hope that resonates with you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And let me see if we have more comments. Ruth Saltman says, thank you, Joanne and Carolan. Great messages. I'm sorry, I went out of order there, Sarah. Let me see if I can get in one more. Wow, we ran out of time. Let me see if I can get one more person quickly. Sarah K. We got her. Got Lisa. Do a quick one for Christopher Gray, August 1. August 1? Okay.
Christopher. Christopher right. is sensitive but very strong. I think that the most important thing is communication. I would say that he's had to learn to be strong. Anything that has to do with that 8, which I can attest to because it's my first number 2. We may not always have an easy rodeo, but we learn so much. And I think that that's very powerful. This has been kind of like a year of, you got to operate by the seat of your pants, and flexible needs to be the key thing for you this year. It's almost over with. It's going to get a lot smoother come January. I really feel like things are going to lighten up. And I do feel like there's some area of responsibility that you're going to shore up, or that you're going to direct or create or change it in some way, shape, or form, which is a great thing because I feel that you can be a natural born leader. You're a sharp cookie. You got a sharp mind. The one thing that's your downside is don't be so dang stubborn. Okay, because it blocks you from your creativity. Okay, and stubborn doesn't make you strong; it just makes you rigid. So people that can tend to be stubborn have blinders on their eyes and cotton in their ears. So you take the cotton out of your ears, the blinders off, you become a better listener, and you use this terminology. Let me think about it, and let me get back to you on it. That way, you can take a piece of this and a piece of that and add it to your repertoire that you came up with, and you're not stubborn, because if you're stubborn, you might have missed that $1 million idea, that $1 million little switch. Okay?
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Christopher, for joining the show. I'm sorry I had a couple more people I could not get to. We are at the hour. Psychic, JoanneLeo.com. If we didn't get to you tonight, please check out her website. And if you missed a reading tonight, please join us next week with Kelly Jo Psychic, who will be with us in the Psychic Flow. Shout out to our veterans. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. Talk again soon. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron. Receive exclusive access to live stream special and other epic perks. Join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.